just dodging like usual fighting game players.
Okay, now it says we're live.
Okay, now we're good. That was low key awkward, but basically what we were just saying. Hey, how's it going? It's your boys.
I guess it was. I guess on YouTube it was just in the process of going live until I finally went live.
It's me again, Quan Mills. Anyways.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to ask you if you
We're
knew
good.
that reference.
Oh no. But anyway, back to Otakufest.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah,
Like-
that was not a joke. Like there was like what, 60, 70 Smash players?
80.
Yeah, they
I remember that because we had about I think 8 switches, 8 setups to run
and people
no,
were
not
taking-
8. I think we had more than that. I think we had about maybe 10 or 12 switch setups, and I didn't cap the bracket because I was just like, you know what, F it, run it. Let's see what happens or whatnot, right? We end up with 80 something plus 80 plus players for a Smash Ultimate tournament. And that when I say that game room got packed with them, it got packed.
felt illegal for how packed it was.
Oh, it definitely was.
Like there were more Smash players than anything else, and then
Yeah.
there was a mix of no shows and people that were mostly shirtless and a lot of screaming.
And of course, lots of DQs.
Oh yeah, DQ's left and right. Like thank you for spending money. Go get your refund.
Oh no refunds.
I know, I'm joking.
No refunds. This is just like all sales final, and we tell them like, yo, if you're gonna like check in with the TO, make sure you show up early, make sure you show up on time, check in with the TO. If you're gonna step away, let the TO know. If you're not back within a certain time, you're gonna get DQ'd.
And we gave it 5 minutes, and then we had one match that was like 10, 15 minutes later, and we're just like, where the hell are these people?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's just like, yo, listen, we're on a schedule right now, and if you're not here, hey, DQ next, DQ next.
Yeah, I remember getting top 8, even though it was a TO guilty gear. That was a funny situation.
Yeah, I just remember how insanely packed and crazy that con was. Like, I think a lot of people, and I think this was also after the COVID era, so
Yeah.
more people were comfortable coming out. So that Otakufest, I remember, it was stupidly, insanely packed. Like like you're literally just bumping shoulder to shoulder with people. Like that's how packed it was.
It was chaotic. We do it,
but
again.
but it was good. It was a great turnout though.
And you know why I love Sotu? He's like, I know what you're gonna get yourself into. Here's a beer. Click. At 11 a.m., I'm drinking a beer before I got started of the day. That was my impression.
What's up, Dan?
You're what's good, hombre?
So so this year for Otakufest, we're running a game room. We're not going to be in the same game room that we were in. We're going to be in a different
thank
one.
God.
But it's I would say it's more narrow. It's not as wide as the other one, but it's just like
Longer. You know, that doesn't sound too bad.
So we're going to see how that plays out. By next week Thursday, I go down to Miami to start setting up, bring all the equipment, bring all the setups down there, set up the tables, and we'll just see how it goes. And of course, I'm gonna document my journey on my phone like I normally do.
Yep.
Showing everybody, okay, the behind the scenes and whatnot. So that's gonna be fun. But my objective for Otakufest for this year: have a good time, give people a great tournament experience. Make memories, grab a lot of content. And for those that are going to ask me about streaming, listen, it's at the Mac. Usually the Mac does not have a great history of having good internet.
You're paying there just to breathe about it.
And yeah, so 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it's going to be recorded and we're going to have it uploaded on the Flynn's Gaming Esports YouTube channel. But I am going to have a separate folder, Google Share Drive folder, to where if you want to get clips, because we're also going to get clips of all of the tournaments for anyone that plays on stream, be like, hey, if you want your clips, get them right here. And of course, you're going to have to get that via either you follow us on the Flynn's Esports FL Instagram account or you're in the Flynn's Discord. It's going to be either of those channels or both. So just to let people know about that. so that way they are well informed and aware of what's going on, because I know I'm going to get a lot of questions with that, like I normally do. Hey, where is this going to be uploaded to? It's going to be up on YouTube. Like, be patient,
Yeah.
because it's a lot of content that we're going to have to go through and whatnot. And usually when it comes to the content that I even do here at Flynn's, I make sure that we have the clips and I can just upload to the share drive. And then once it's ready, then I can just share the link with everybody, and then you're able to get your clips. As far as the VODs, like, I don't do like the whole separate, because that takes a long time to
Oh
edit.
yeah, that takes a while.
So
Markers,
sometimes what I would do is I would just like look for the matches and just put timestamps.
Yeah.
So that way, hey, you click the timestamp, you see, hey, where your match is and whatnot. So that way you're able to view your match or whatnot. But me knowing how people are when it comes to social media, they're gonna want the clips. So having that share drive link ready is going to be very crucial for this weekend. And of course, for those who want to sign up for the tournaments at Otakufest, you can still do so right now, because spots are very limited. So if it's at full capacity, that means you can't get in. There is no wait list. So it's get in now, or
forever hold your peace,
or
just
you
be a
miss your
spectator.
opportunity.
Or just be a spectator. That's what I would say.
Then it says, I just want to commentate for Smash that Saturday. Unfortunately, you won't be able to, because I've already locked down the commentator. So the people who commentated Smash last year, they're commentating again this year. Yeah, they pretty much have the grandfather role, pretty much.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had people for like I remember commentating most of the tournaments. I'm like, I never want to do this again. I'm glad we got bodies.
Yeah, like the Friday tournaments, I think for Friday we have Mario Kart, we have Pokemon Coliseum. That's going to be interesting. And that's going to be done on the CRT TV that I'll be bringing down
Yeah,
there.
you got that, not me.
Yeah. And that's going to be played on the Wii, even though it's gonna have the GameCube version.
Oh.
So we're going to have that. And then, of course, the first ever Bleach Rebirth of Souls tournament. I have seen 0 people sign up for that game, but I'm hoping Friday people actually do sign up for it. And I'll just,
You're lucky I'm on the clock. See my
I can't like people who are working staff, we can't
I
answer.
know we can't.
Because the fact that it would just give people an unfair advantage. And as much as that prize money would be nice, but it just wouldn't be fair. So we gotta make sure the people, the players, the people who come out to Otakufest and of course want to be a part of the tournament, hey, you have some opportunity to win you some good money, okay? Especially if you spent like $100 or close to $200 to get to Otakufest, and that also includes your parking and travel and things like that. You better enter some tournaments to try to win you some money.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
It's gambling without skill.
Go for the games that are like very just casual, like the Pokemon Coliseum.
Casual,
very casual, because the when I do get it Friday, I'm gonna test it Saturday. It's gonna be all Pokemon are randomly selected. No one picks like their own Pokemon team.
Real.
So everyone's random to
you-
make it 100% balanced. So now it's all about chance and how well of a Pokemon trainer you are.
How well you know Gen 2 or Gen 3? I think it's Gen 2.
No, it's Gen 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, and 2. Yeah, you guys are cooked.
Yeah. So no legendaries.
No pseudo legendaries. Well, they're pseudo legendaries.
Yeah, I'm gonna update the rule list by either Monday or Tuesday, so that way people know the full rule list of everything. I'm gonna do that for all the game tournaments, so that way people are very well prepared for what are the rules for this game, so that way I know what to expect.
I don't think there's much to expect. We just got to see people pull up. In all honesty.
I'm reading the chat. Lightning KO says that game sucks. I'm a huge Bleach fan, and I was happy to get the game, and I played a lot of hours of it, especially online, and the game I would say for what they brought out, I do like it better than the Storm games. It could have been a lot better. I was hoping for the game to be similar to Soul Calibur, because it would fit very well if it had that Soul Calibur style kind of play. Like, I could see Bleach adopting that playstyle because you do have characters. I mean, most characters are wielding swords anyway, so you might as well make the game very akin to Soul Calibur, especially with the movement wise and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that I did not like about the Bleach game, of course, the movement was one of them. Flash stepping, there's no flash stepping to the side and whatnot. But when you like sidestep or whatnot, it's very slow and you still can get hit.
Yeah.
And I would just say the game would need more polish if they were to make a second one and just improve on the gameplay aspects, especially on the neutral aspect. Like the neutral aspect is good, but there's just certain things where like the movement just needs to be a little bit better, in my opinion. And I would make the game, as I said, very akin to Soul Calibur in terms of gameplay, movement, and then of course character moves as well, because
Good luck to Woes.
it's very the gameplay is very predictable. You can pretty much predict how people play. Everyone goes for of course the top tier characters. Duh.
Bad of her favorite.
Or the broken ones. So you're gonna end up seeing a lot of Yoruichis, a lot of soy fonts, especially soy font. You're gonna see a lot of soy fonts. Aizen is one of them.
Ichigo.
Bankai Ichigo is like stupidly
Because you
broken.
got second lives.
No, well, yeah, he has that when he goes into his Vasto Lord. So you have that one, and that one is just not fun to fight against.
You may
I'll
have to
say.
ban that one low key. That and Aizen.
Yeah, like Aizen's banned.
At least ban top.
Full Getsuga Tensho Ichigo, he's banned
Yeah.
because if he hits you with his I think it's his Kikon move or whatnot,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. If he hits you with 3 times, GG's.
You're done.
Yeah.
Gold.
Yeah, GG's.
Well,
So-
go out, get out of the convention center and take a lap.
Yeah, so if you know how to play the game, then hey, you're gonna end up winning the Otakufest tournament. For me, I went with Ikaku Madarame because I love his Bankai, and then of course he also has a counter. So I would just bait people to hit me with the counter, so that way I would just hit the counter with them and whatnot, and then extend my combo even further, and then just maxing out my damage output where it just go like this to that.
Aw.
Yeah. It's a fun game, and I would love to see more of it. Like, I would like to see another version, like a sequel to the game, to where they've improved greatly on the gameplay aspect, because I feel like that's where it's lacking the most, because, as I said, the gameplay is very predictable. And if you know Bleach, then you know certain characters have some bullshit. Always. So everyone's going to go for the bullshit characters. 100%. But enough of that. Back to Otakufest. As I said, Friday we have those 3 games. Saturday we have Smash Ultimate, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's gonna be fun.
What?
Yeah, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Smash. That.
That should be it.
That should be it for. I think I should.
We don't have Strive or Mortal Kombat anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And there were people that were asking for Mortal Kombat, but I was just like, where were y'all last year? Because we had 7 people for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was the easiest tournament I've seen. And the amount of like monstrosity of gameplay I respected.
And I remember 2023 when we did Otaku Fest, we had more people from Mortal Kombat.
Which was even funnier.
Yeah. I think we had like maybe 11 or 12. I would have to look at the. Let me pull it up.
Oh, you're getting the receipts out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the receipts out for y'all. So y'all bear with me.
I still think the funniest thing was letting Nightbreed play Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Yeah, because no one wasn't playing the game. I'm just like,
I might as well do that if Fatal is dead, low key. I'll play my secondary.
hold on, let me look for Otaku Fest 2023. Let me see. All right, that was in January, as I said. Let me show y'all. Do we have Mortal Kombat? No, we didn't have Mortal Kombat in 2023.
Nah, that didn't come out yet.
No, not Mortal Kombat 1, but Mortal Kombat 11.
Nah, we didn't even have that.
Yeah, we didn't have MK11. That is unfortunate. We're gonna go down the list. Smash Bros. As I said, we had 84 players. Over 80. Strive, we had 34 people for Strive.
Holy mackerel. Yeah, I think I was one of them.
Wait, were you on it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
You were on it. Fourface was on it. A boy was on it.
yeah, that's how you know this group was broken. This is before I got
Marvello was in it, so you already know Marvello already won that one.
Mello was in it too, I believe. And
Yeah, Mello was in it.
Kayla or Crack
Ichi
Needle.
was, yeah.
Yeah, this
Ichi was
one.
in it. Beefy was in it. Ultima Wielder was in it. Krona, Nightbreed.
Yeah, this was a hell bracket for most people. I forgot where I placed in that, but
Yeah, 34 people for Strive. Street Fighter 5. We had 13.
that was cool to watch.
Tekken 7. We had 26. Yeah, Tekken always does really good at Otakufest.
Yeah. Not to be rude, but like most people liked many minorities love Tekken.
King of Fighters.
I forgot about
15. We had 5.
Yeah, no one cared about King of Fighters.
Grand Blue. We had 8.
That's funnier that they care more about Grand Blue than KOF.
Mario Kart. We had 14. Of course, it's a casual game.
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball Fighters, we had 25. And that's why I always keep Dragon Ball Fighters in rotation for Otakufest, because that's another game that just does well at the convention. Like I typically have games, like when I plan my convention games or convention tournaments or whatnot, when they give me like creative control, I always go for the games that I know is going to do well. When I mean well, I'm talking over 20.
Yeah.
You give me over 20, I'll have it again next year. Like that's the standard that I roll with. So I understand some people want this game, that game, and it's just like, if
No.
you're not here for it,
We're not doing it again.
we're not doing it. We're not doing it again. So it's like, don't try to ask again.
Exactly.
Like, it's not to be rude. It's just the fact that I don't
want-
like wasting people's time.
And we want people to actually show up to these
And we
events.
want people to actually show up. That's going to make the experience worthwhile. So that's Otakufest 2023. Let's do Otakufest 2024. Last year.
There was, 5 people for Tetris Connect, I think, and Marvel vs. Capcom, I think there was a solid 8 people. That's why I was laughing at Nightbreed. I think that's the only time we accepted a TO in a game. That was the funniest sequence of events.
All right, so Naruto, Boruto. Hold on.
I think Boy played that.
Yeah, he did. So let me buff up the screen. We had 10. So we had 10 last year, and people enjoyed it. So I said, you know what? F it. I'll run it again. I'll run it again for this year.
I forgot Tyrant was just moving to Florida or getting settled.
Dragon Ball Fighters. Yeah, I think Tyrant won. No, it was another guy that won. Mighty Yahiko. He won on Dragon Ball Fighters. We had 23. Again, as I said, Dragon Ball Fighters does well at Otakufest.
Yeah.
That's why it just stays there. Smash Doubles. Yeah, this was the first time I had Smash Doubles. We had 14, so that's 7 teams. Not bad. Tetris Effect Connected. 4 people, never again. And that was a casual game.
I was bored. I wanted to rob that tournament, brother.
That was
So
a
bad.
that was a casual game.
Bro,
Like,
I've seen how people played, and I played competitively. I'm like, I want to cook, but I have to watch. It was so many bad players.
I'm just like, people, it's Tetris. Like, if you know how to put down the blocks faster than the other person, then you're most likely going to win.
And then the slowdown mechanic was even funnier. You remember when we played together?
Yeah.
I was playing on a snack box, and I was comboing out. My eyes were burning.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. I'm like,
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, we only had 5. Never again.
I know, that's when Nightbreed went in. I'm just like, fuck it.
Tekken 8, we had 34. Again, Tekken just does well at
Tekken
these
does.
events.
Yeah. I don't know about how this event specifically. I think casually we'll get some people.
Yeah, as I said, Tekken normally does very well at Otakufest. Smash Bros. Singles, you already know the deal. 37. This time I put a cap on it. Instead of like having 80-something people in the bracket, I was like, nah, I'm capping this to 42 max. So we end up having 37. Mario Kart 8, we had 7. Again, it's same. I would say it's the same number as MK1, but Mario Kart is a very casual, friendly game. More people would sign up for that game than Mortal Kombat. So
I agree.
So that's where the decision was like, I'm gonna go with Mario Kart.
Respectable.
Guilty Gear Strive.
How many people actually showed up for that? I know I couldn't.
16.
I couldn't make it that day, or I couldn't make it earlier.
So we had Wielder, a boy, Z Guy, Rock Brownie, Beef Humanity.
Yeah, so you basically.
so if you're not one of those names that I called, your chances of getting top 3 is very, very cut slim. And I think a boy ended up winning that. No, I think it was Beefy that won the whole thing.
Yeah, these names did not sound familiar.
Grand Blue Rising, we had 12.
You know, that's not bad.
Yeah.
For Grand Blue to actually be that way, not bad.
Yeah. And the names that you had were Last Laugh, Scrot,
that boy is terrifying.
Orochi Tony Danza, He Homeboy, Too Easy, and Tyrant.
Oh, yeah, you have straight up terrorist.
Mortal Kombat 1, we had 7 people. Too Easy, Soa2, FGC Gabe, and everyone else, that's about it. So Too Easy will end up winning that one. And then Street Fighter 6, we had 20.
Damn.
Tyrant, Too Easy, Orochi Tony Danza, Nightbreed, Last Laugh, Scrot, Grim, Z-Guy,
I love Grim.
Itachi's Legacy, Butters.
You just had a violent group of people and then a TO on the side. It's even funnier.
So like, there's always going to be a Street Fighter at Otakufest. There's always going to be a Tekken at Otakufest.
Wait, Sev was here or not somebody else?
Who?
There's a guy named Sev that I thought I saw. But I think, no, that's not the same one. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm like, hold on.
But yeah, you pretty much get the gist of it, is that certain tournaments I would have at the con because it would do well at the con. And I think last year, the changes that I made from last year and the year previous was that we didn't allow pre-registration. So you had to sign up on the day of. In person and whatnot.
But
so
it was kind of complicated because you had to go down to Flynn's after going back up.
Yeah.
That's what made it difficult for some people.
Yeah, even though you give them clear instructions and a board that tells them what to do,
they're still not going to follow.
Yeah, so to make it easier on people, for this year, it's going to be, if you have cash, you go downstairs to pay at Flynn's. If you have card, do it online. There's going to be a QR code on the board when you come into the game room.
Oh,
that's going to say to sign up for tournaments right here. And then it's going to have tournaments for, no, it's going to be like, look here. There's going to be a sign that says, look here. Sign up for tournaments. On the bottom, tournaments of the day. That is it.
And it goes.
And if you have cash, if you want to pay in cash, you're going downstairs to Flynn's.
If not, card.
If you have card, then scan this QR code.
Yeah, because it's StartGG, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you can use PayPal, too.
Yeah.
For people that don't really want to use their credit card.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so you have that option. And I mean, with that, I mean, we didn't
have any like scenic events, nothing crazy, like.
No, because we were in the game room for the whole time.
Like the game room has been peaceful.
Yeah.
Since
like last year, last year was very peaceful. We were in a much bigger space, so I'm interested in seeing what this year's going to be because now we're back at the Mac, and like many others, we've all come to the conclusion that we've outgrown the Mac because of 2023 when it was super packed.
But then the people wanted the Mac, which is insane.
I don't know why.
That's a lot to process if you think about it. we go bigger convention, but people are like, we want smaller, but we got bigger people.
Yeah.
And it's a 3-day event nowadays, which is still pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember
Good.
back when it was a 2-day.
Yeah. Otakufest was a Saturday and Sunday. Now it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is good. You know, gives people a lot to do. And, you know, Fridays is usually the slow day. So usually we try to, you know, go on the convention floor, see what's going on, you know, buy merch, say what's up to a couple of people or whatnot. And then we go back upstairs and we just hang out in the game room for majority of the day. So
Yeah, which I'm probably going to work, probably play casuals. Worst case, if it's dead, I want to do a casual set on stream or pre-recorded.
yeah, and then Saturday, that's when it's going to be a busy day. That's when it's, all right, all hands on deck.
Yep.
All hands on deck because it's going to be a busy day. There's going to be a lot of moving. We're going to have to direct people to be like, you know, go here, go there. The station numbers, like go to station 1, go to station 2, go to station 3, so on and so forth. So it's going to be interesting this year. But now that we have somewhat of an established staff, we have our commentators, it's going to be a good one this year.
It's going to be more organized. Last year was pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
There are definitely improvements that could have been made, but
Yeah,
we're definitely making them.
yeah, definitely. So
That's it for Otakufest.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And then after Otakufest, the next weekend following after
Community
is
effort
Orlando CEO. People,
Oh my god. We've been doing this since 2021. Can we take a moment that you talked me into a fighting game tournament about playing a fighting game?
Yep.
That's insane. Like, chat, this is why you know me as Waluigi the Terrorist in Island. Because this guy literally talked me into a fighting game tournament signing up.
Yeah, so CEO is in 2 weeks.
There's a lot to process with that.
And it's going to be at a new venue. It's not going to be in Daytona. You know, so
Oh, you got the website hooked up and everything.
oh yeah, I already got it. So let me go ahead and show y'all. So this is the start GG of CEO. You still have time to register, people. I'm
Yep.
trying to convince people to come to this event.
You have Sunday.
Like, pull up. You have until Sunday night to register.
Get a spectator pass.
Literally, it's worth it. Like, no, we're gonna go right now. How much is a spectator pass? I've already paid for mine, but spectator, $90.
Yep.
$90. You can't beat that.
No,
$90,
you can't.
and that's just for all 3 days.
Yeah.
Plus tax and everything, you're looking at $100.
For 3 days of an event. Because some people are like, oh, that costs more than a convention. Yeah. Or newer conventions, probably like those really big ones, like over $100. It's like, yeah, but you're going to have a different experience.
And let's just say that you're not able to do all 3 days. You just want to come in for one day. Come Saturday, and guess what? It's $50.
Half off.
$50. $50. Brand new venue that we're all going to get to explore. The venue has what? 10 plus hotels, 4 pools, a basketball court, a volleyball court,
It's like a
a
mini
golf court. We're near the Super Nintendo theme park.
Yeah.
We're near Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure. And what's even better, across the street from the venue is a Publix.
Yeah.
People, you can't beat that.
Now you can't.
You just can't. Like, I'm excited.
Tag a CEO. Anyways, but yeah, I've been looking forward to this spot for like since last year. Once they announced it, I'm like, we're gonna have to have a whole different crew assembly soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we perfected to a point to where it's just a group chat every year on Twitter. We don't even use Discord or texting. But the Rose and Shingle Creek is an exciting place to check out. But like you have sceneries, you have side tournaments you can go into.
Yeah, like even if you're not in any of the main tournaments, you can still be a part of the side tournaments, which you can, you know, join.
Yeah, spectators can sign up for that too.
And it's free.
You just gotta show up.
Speaking of show, no, you know who needs to show up?
4 face buttons.
Him too. Him too.
Herbs.
Him too. Yes.
How many fucking people?
Even if it's just for a day, listen, it's just $50 for a day.
Or AJ.
But another person that needs to definitely show
Wait,
up.
let me try. AJ.
Yes.
Ah!
That motherfucker needs to show up.
This man hasn't shown up on our podcast in almost half a season right now.
Literally, like, bro, you need to show up the CEO
We say
in
this
2
because-
weeks, bro.
We say this because we love him.
$50 one day. Drive your ass up to Orlando, bro. It's gonna be worth it. I'm just saying. And this goes to everybody else.
Yeah.
One day, $50.
And
You
you're going
can't
to
beat
Orlando.
that. And you're going to Orlando.
With a lot of
Orlando.
with a lot of crazy places. Not COVID. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can save it now. Anyways, but yeah, $50, random places that you can check out in Orlando if you're not a Florida person. And this is for people that are not from the South Florida area and listening to the South Florida Gamers podcast, and we do love you. Like $50, it's not that bad.
It really isn't.
You can literally spend a day just gaming with some homies or checking out like competitions, cosplays, all the events, vendors, people that like you could spend your money somewhere. If you don't want to go to a con, but just be with some gamers. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man.
Like
I'm excited for Otakufest, but I'm even more excited for CEO because the fact that it's back in Orlando and it's at a new venue. RIP to the Wyndham that we have lost last year. That place, I'm glad that we got to experience that venue.
I want to make a T-shirt off of that.
I hope they have a T-shirt.
Nah,
of
they
that.
ain't
Like,
gonna have a T-shirt of that.
they should. I just like I'm glad that we were able to experience it for the time that we did for CEO and then of course CEO Taco whatnot. Like if you've never been to the Wyndham, you will if you've ever been to it, you will understand why people love that venue so much because of where it's located and what is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have so many food options. Literally, you just have to walk there.
Like you have to save your money for food specific.
Yes, like bro, you're gonna spend a lot. You think you're gonna spend money on just a venue?
Like the most I've spent probably was like $300, $400.
Yeah, same.
Merchandise and then like cards because I'm a gambler. Don't judge me. Yeah,
For me, it's merch and then of course food.
Yeah.
Because it's like anytime we go to that venue specifically, we always like it's like every night we always eat somewhere different.
Yeah.
It's a ritual.
The place that we're going to has multiple restaurants, so it's not like we're dipping anywhere out important.
Yeah, so we about to try all 10 restaurants. We're gonna see if we can do that within the span of
We gotta
3
see if we can
days.
afford it. This is a real thing.
I know day zero's about to be lit.
Oh, I know. That Thursday, like afternoon, where we're just waiting for the hotel to open up, and all the casuals are just gonna be in random spots that they're probably gonna have to like mandate us to find.
Mm-hmm.
And plus all the setups. People will bring like whole ass PlayStations or
I'm
laptops.
bringing both my PS5 and my PS4 Pro.
Man, rip to your case.
I know.
I'm glad I had a monitor.
I know.
Or no, I use my laptop as a monitor.
Yeah.
But I have a Steam Deck
I
now.
might have to invest in one of those portable monitors. Those
You know-
really small, thin ones.
Yes.
I might have to invest in one of those.
My girl got me a Steam Deck, so I can't say shit. I got that with a stand so I can have people play inside. I'm excited.
I just can't wait for this for CEO. I think we are really definitely going to be pull all nighters on all the nights, and then of course
Rip
I'm
to my sleep
competing.
schedule.
What's up?
Rip to my sleep schedule.
I know our sleep schedule is going to become completely fucked.
As long as I'm nowhere near by everyone in the hotel room last year snoring, I'm good.
As long as you go to bed before everybody else.
Oh, no. The thing was, Nightbreed had the loudest snoring.
Yeah, and he's in my room.
And
But I can tolerate that because
and I had dark ice. We were all together in the room last year.
I know.
And I had 4 hours sleep. I had Rain ASMR in one ear and his ass snoring on the other side. And I still got out of 2 brackets with 4 hours sleep, egg bites, and a Red Bull and crashed out once. I'll do it again.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like with conventions and then of course gaming events like CEO, it's like 2 different completely experiences.
You have 2 different interactions.
Yes.
Either with cosplay, well, with with CEO or majors, you still interact with cosplayers, but to a lesser degree.
Yeah.
Like people that know their shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you like? Anime women. Why are you dressed like this? Because I can, without knowing any lore.
Yeah.
I just be making fun of everyone. Don't mind me.
Like, and I do want to do some content when I'm at CEO to show people like what it's like to be in an environment like this because
we gotta remake what we did last TNS.
Oh, having a podcast there?
Yes.
Yeah, we plan on doing that.
I know. I just want to remind people that we're actually doing this.
I'm definitely not bringing my good mics. So I'm not bringing my good mics because I spent a pretty good penny on them. So I will not be bringing these nice good mics. I'll be using the other ones.
We'll just have to. I think our lesson is the mic test.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
Because I love how high the pitch was, and you hear people screaming.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna make sure that we are squared away on that one, and yeah, we're gonna be doing interviews. Pretty much on all the days if we can.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm also running brackets and I'm also going to be competing.
I'm only in 3 tournaments.
I'm in 1.
Fatal Fury, Street Fighter 6, and my last time in Guilty Gear Strive.
Gotcha.
Because I'm honestly tired of the fucking game.
I was debating on should I join Blaze Blue Central Fiction, even though I would have to.
I don't think it'd be a good idea.
I mean, because the thing is, I grew up playing all of the Blaze Blues, so so I'm pretty much versed. I know my shit in Blaze Blue.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because I played all of them, and the character that I've been using since the very beginning, which was Noelle Vermillion, she still plays the same. She got some new shit, but I can still play her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like people don't know. Like I can play Blaze Blue. It's just I want a scene down here to play it, and we're slowly building it up. Because I remember, I think the last guild hall or the guild hall.
Yeah, yesterday.
No, not yesterday. The press starts, the monthlies.
Yeah.
That they were having some people for Blaze Blue or whatnot. So I might try to jump back onto Blaze Blue.
Oh, I was gonna say because Wednesday guild hall did promote Blaze Blue. Butters announced it actually because he's the one running the event. Which is why we don't see him on Fridays.
But yeah. So I was debating on it. I was like, do I want to? But at the same time, I want to just completely focus on Grand Blue because that's the one game that I've been very heavily on.
I want you to win on stream.
Yeah.
We are not watching you choke again.
Yeah.
Because you got hit with some ass play, and I felt so bad.
Yeah, and it was.
And then I'm countering someone that's cheering on their homie.
Yeah, thankfully Nier is nerfed.
Oh yeah,
to where I don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore, and now I know how to play against Nier. But I just have to for me when it comes to just Grand Blue, especially since I'm like, all right, I gotta fully commit with 2B now. Is I have to adapt a play style that I can be very comfortable with, and 2B is a rushdown character, and it's just like I don't play rushdown enough with her, and I need to start doing that. So I have very limited time to learn that and make that a habit, so that way I am ready for CEO when it comes in. I play my pools whenever it's either on a Friday or Saturday. I hope it's a Friday.
Is Galleon allowed in?
Yes.
The same thing with I don't know if Unica's allowed. I don't know.
Yeah, Unico's allowed.
And then Elena's allowed in Street Fighter.
Yep.
Holy new DLC. This is gonna be annoying.
I know.
I gotta relearn the games.
I know.
Kill me now. Yeah, we definitely miss you in fighting games, Gabe. Because I just didn't know the FGC was like fighting group cosplayers. I love you, man.
My guy, join the TNS brackets, bro. The online tournaments, bro.
Oh, yeah, they're free.
Yeah, 100% free. If you have the time, join the online tournaments. That way, you never have to worry about playing against ranked people. Now you're just playing against tournament people.
Oh, yeah.
And you really get to see, all right, where do you stack up?
Oh, yeah. I don't do them as much just because my scheduling will not allow it.
Yeah.
That's why I stick to the local level. But if I'm able to do one, I would definitely run it.
Yeah.
But yeah, CEO is going to be exciting for 4 days and then the Monday, because usually we leave on Monday anyways.
Yeah.
I would love to go to Nintendo World, but that is so much money.
Yeah. That's going to be another time. But for me, all right, my plans for CEO is pretty much I'm running pools. I'm also going to be competing. I'm also going to be creating content. the podcast interviews,
Yep.
and then of course that thing me and Nightbreed are gonna do. Two of them.
Wait, there's this. I know the first one.
Yeah.
There's
The
second?
the late night Street Fighter.
Oh, I call it the Underground.
Yeah, we're doing the underground.
Ah,
This-
shit. That's
Yeah,
not
I know.
funny.
We're doing that Saturday night. You already know where to pull up for that. And I'm also gonna go swimming too, cause they got a pool. I'm jumping in that bitch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go swimming.
Because every time we try to go to the beach, it just fails.
Yeah.
Or it just starts pouring like a hurricane.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of stuff to do. I'm damn sure working overtime.
We're mentally working overtime.
I'm gonna be physically working overtime, and I already know that Sunday. That's usually when it's just like finals, top 16, top 24, or top 8 or whatnot. That's when we usually just
We grind out content.
not only just grind out content, but we try. But it's like we're now finally awake. Like it's like 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We're now awake because we've been up always since like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, because in exchange, it's the exchange. Like, depending how you perform in pools or in the top 8, top whatever, and you're just like, I need rest.
Yeah, because that Saturday night.
I'm so pissed I missed the South Florida group photo.
Yeah, because I already know like that Saturday night. That's when most people are out of pools or they're just done or whatnot. So everyone's just chilling, trying to find something to do or whatnot. And we also got Uno.
Yep.
Because Parcels wanted me to bring the card, so we're
Are we
bringing
actually
the
get more people, or we're gonna get more Dodgers like last time?
either or.
Because TNS, a lot of people dodged. It was just our main group, and we were screaming in the middle of of that center field. But why is this my last drive, Gabe? That's a really good question. I'm honestly tired of the game and how it's ran. I feel like Arxis has not listened to its people. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to brush off on the topic.
No, you're good. You're
But
fine.
I personally feel that Arxis does not listen to the people at all and what they want, how they talked about their changes, and they keep dodging every single question. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to have a 3v3. Nobody asked for a 3v3, and it wasn't planned as intended. Then the leakers that exposed the game, how the fact it's running on a sprite of Super Saiyan 1 Goku. That is unacceptable to keep a game running on one individual character. And the leaker showing Unica earlier killed my excitement. And people that watch the anime, I do give them a lot of respect. I'm not going to disrespect it or discourage. But getting a character from your anime, then promoting Lucy for Cyberpunk, getting more of those other people into the game, it's a very awkward approach. Because people who never play Strive and just see a character, and then after they spend $60+ on the DLC and everything else, just to get disappointed that, hey, this is the last season of the game, I just feel like better. I mean, like, I do appreciate RAM. I don't mind the nerf and the buff and the changes, but I just feel like the game itself isn't for me. And I do respect people that in the anime fighting game community and that consumes the game. Because if one game, I feel like as a fighting game competitor, one game could be like your go-to. I want to discover where I stand in multiple fighting games, which is why I chose Street Fighter and Fatal Fury. That way I can understand like what my archetype truly is or where I am around certain games. Because you see a lot of high-level players like Marvello exploring or Tyrants or even Butters. Like you see all these people playing different games to test out what is right for them. But for Strive, I think I'm going to wait till they actually change the game, like, or actually have rankings. Because to me, Celestial is the dumbest placement for ranks, in all honesty. Having a rank from floor 10 to Celestial, where you're fighting Hatashi, Razo, godlike players, she who should not be said so it won't get cancelled, and then, like, so forth. Like, Street Fighter is great. I say it's still not as perfect as a game like I like it to say, because of the whole master rank where you have like your high master, ultra master, grandmaster, ultimate, and then your legends. But it's respectable to see where like the high level play is. Then Fatal Fury having the ranks such as like in the alphabetical order from I think rookie C into S into triple S. It's respectable. Everyone starts off as ass, and that's perfectly normal. And how you want to do it, you just got to play the games, see what you like. I just don't like Strive because also the community just seems a little bit rough. After the whole combo breaker situation, that just disturbed my peace tremendously. I'm not going to lie to you, Silver.
I don't blame you.
Watching what happened and allowing such nonsense kick in, unacceptable. Even Arcs is probably just staying quiet because they know better.
Yeah.
But I just want to say it's my last time to strive at a major until it hasn't been 100% like confirmed or anything. I just want to actually say I'm taking a break from the game and exploring my other options. I want to develop more of a personality, with all due respect. No hate on anyone that plays Strive, except for people that are banned and then just suddenly just over bullshit, but that's okay. That's just my take, Silver.
All right. That's well said. As for me,
Oh,
I'm
good
on
shit.
Gram.
Good shit on Celestial game too.
As for me, I'm just gonna stick to Grand Blue for the time being. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna still play the game after CEO, but I do know that I am gonna take a massive fighting game break because I gotta start playing my other games that I'm just like straggling on and whatnot because there's some good shit coming out. Like Stellar Blade, the DLC, especially with the Nikkei collab, as a big of a fan I am of both games, Stellar Blade and Nikkei, that's coming on the same week as CEO. I feel some type of way about that. I also want to get back into playing Helldivers 2 because I played a little bit of the new update where you're fighting on Super Earth or whatnot, and I still want to get back into that. Warhammer Space Marine 2, I still want to get back into that. Elden Ring Night Rain, which is coming out, which is I think it's coming out tomorrow, I believe. It's out for some people, but it's coming out tomorrow. I want to play that. I'm still currently playing Expedition 33. I still have to finish Metaphor. Like I have a lot of games I want to finish before this year's over with, so that way I'll be like, good, I'm done with these games. I can move on to other games. But with fighting games, as much as I love them, they take a lot of your time.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of your time. And for me, wanting to compete in Grand Blue, I have to put in a lot of time, put in a lot of hours trying to learn my character, learn different matchups, things like that. And now with a balance patch that also came out, not just recently because they released a new character. Now I got to learn that character matchup before CEO. So yeah, it's just I'm in a pickle right now. So that's why I was like, no, after CEO, I'm just gonna start going to my other games and start playing those and just give fighting games a good break. Because unfortunately, we're not gonna have CEO Taku this year, so I don't have to worry about traveling to other tournaments and things like that, unless it's Juicy's, which I do want to go to Juicy's sometime this year, just to compete for the hell of it and whatnot. But other fighting games, I was thinking about jumping back into Tekken. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. Street Fighter, same thing. Fatal Fury, it wasn't hitting for me. And as far as the other anime fighters, the only ones that pique my interest right now is, other than Grand Blue, is probably Blaze Blue. And Blaze Blue's been out for a long time. So, there's a not a big community of Blaze Blue players, but decent enough to the point where I could get like a good couple of games with people and learn some new shit. But other than that, like for fighting games that are coming out this year, not even 2XKO, I don't care for the game. And the Hunter x Hunter game, I don't care for that either. So it's like I'm not looking forward to any other new fighting games coming out this year, or even next year for that matter. So it's like I'm kind of pretty much chilling. I'm disappointed with Mortal Kombat 1. I've already said my frustrations with that game in a couple of podcast episodes, so I'm never going back to Mortal Kombat 1. But I don't mind playing, like, if someone were to do, like, casuals or even, like, a small little tourney of MK11 or MKX, count me in. I'll be there for either of those games.
Okay.
Even though I know MK11 has its bullshit, the crushing blow bullshit. I know. I would rather deal with bullshit like that than the bullshit that I had to deal with MK1. Like I'd rather just go back to MK11 at that point, because at least online was like stupid fun because of the fact that I could make people rage quit and hated it. So I don't mind going back to that. Same thing with MKX, MK1. They can keep that. I don't care. Have fun with your Omni-Mans, your Homelanders, and all that shit. Have fun with your boring-ass Cyrax that just has endless, that just keep you in an endless loop. Like, have fun with that shit. I don't care. But I would say that's it for pretty much me for when it comes to CEO. Just
Yeah.
what we have planned and what we want to do when we do get there, because we have like 2 weeks to prepare. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be one hell of a journey.
Oh, that's true. I'm looking forward to it, actually. It's going to be a lot of normal, casual chaos.
Gabe says, "Miss you at MK1."
I don't miss it.
I don't miss MK1.
Because I played Sub-Zero and he was ass.
And I don't like Shao in MK1, but give me Shao Kahn in MK11.
Don't.
At least Shao Kahn in MK11
He might come out in MK2.
was like hella disrespectful. Like, I could be hella disrespectful with that character.
Yeah.
MK1, I can, but it's just like I have to play ass in order to enjoy my.
You watch Dialogue Cook, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Or like people that play MK1 now with Tremor. Yeah, I know.
I'd rather play Tremor and MKX than one.
After CEO, I'm definitely going to take like a small hiatus into fighting games and get into other gaming.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to play like Persona 5 like 5 months ago and I forgot about that. Or a Persona game in general. And
You
then
start with 5.
And then like puzzle games I want to try out is Blueprints. Where it's like a very long ass puzzle with multiple illusions and such.
Right.
That or get into more games. Like
Yeah.
I need to actually be more of a gamer than a fighting gamer.
Yeah.
Because
Same.
nowadays it feels like people that play fighting games and don't get any profit, like they just solely go to locals. They don't stream, they don't make any content. It's like a 9 to 5 without getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what certain conventions looks like, but no one's expected to like, win X amount of money.
Yeah.
That's just a bonus.
Yeah.
But how it feels for like going to locals and then not doing the way you want to perform, not feeling satisfied with yourself. You're just like, why am I doing this? That's where I'm at some parts, some days. But then I remember, hey, I'm employed, I have a family, I'm rooted and everything else. I'm like rooted to what I have. I have a new car, healthy relationships, so forth. And that's what I'm glad. Like, I'm glad to be doing what I enjoy and being a part of the community, not a part of the cash. Because people think it's fighting game cash instead of fighting game community.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong.
No, you're not wrong. You're spot on.
Yeah, that's what I forget for the most part. It's a community. And that's what I'm glad to have.
Yeah. So. Yeah. After CEO is just like, all right, we're gonna start doing other stuff. Like, we're still going to attend locally, here and there or whatnot, because we got to watch someone getting robbed.
Yes, it's funnier.
Or someone getting cooked. We got to watch that. Like, the banter, like, and that's the thing I also want to do when I do go to CEO is just showing people the different environments.
Oh, the shit talking is much more fun.
Because when you go to these fighting game like events like CEO or even a combo breaker or whatnot, as I said, the atmosphere is different because one, you're in a competitive atmosphere versus a more relaxed, casual, moving environment like a con is, because people are always, moving and walking around.
They're always moving, a
Yeah.
lot of suspicion, a lot of nervousness, anxiousness.
Yeah.
And then when you go to a fighting game, you just see people locked in
Yeah.
because forget about
like the first 2 days, everybody's like locked in, trying to be like, yo, I'm just here to like, do well in pools or whatnot, because that's where, like, if you care about your progress in fighting games, like going to like events like CEO, a combo breaker, or Evo, that's where your progress matters, because now you're fighting against other people from other different areas and other different regions, states, countries, things like that.
Yeah. Especially, my goal is just not to lose on stream. That's a simple goal.
Yeah, I want to redeem myself
If I
from
do, that's okay.
from not losing on stream.
I still feel bad I had to fight Nick King Cole, one of our SFL homies. And I gave him one of my trading cards to show off because it's always cool to do something flashy. Because I practically showed like a Twitch stream like $300 worth of cards back then. Just nonchalantly. Not going to do it even better.
Yeah, so that's my goal, is just to show people like the different environment or whatnot. And like it, as I said, it's fun when you're a part of it. Like, even if you're not good at fighting games, it's still fun to just be a part of that environment, because you feed off of the energy. Like, and it's a lot of energy. Like, when you have, especially when you're competing, because you have the tournament nerves or you're anxious or whatnot because all right, I got to play my set or whatnot, and then let's just say it's a hot set and you got your homies watching you or whatnot, and they're cheering you, rooting you on or whatnot. Now that intensifies. Now your adrenaline goes up. So when I go to like CEO or even CEO talk or whatnot, like my adrenaline is high, especially when I'm about to play. Just like all right,
Oh yeah, when I got cooked by Knuckle Dude, that was the funniest thing because I took one single round off of him, and you just see a picture of Grim and Parsa just in shock, and you just see me locked in like I'm gonna lose, but I want to lose on my own terms.
yeah, like your mood is completely different versus when you're at a convention because you're not competing at a convention unless you're in a cosplay contest, and then now you just have to worry about being on stage.
How
And
you
after
look.
that, it's just like it's done. Fighting games, it's completely different because you have to one fight like maybe two, three, four people depending on how good you are. If you're not that good, then you're just fighting two people at best.
Yeah.
And that's it. But if you're like really good or you're decent, you're fighting like two or three people, and you're just like, all right, I'm advancing. I'm making wins, but it's just like it gets harder because now you're just climbing up and up and up, and it's like it's gonna get harder. You're gonna get more anxious. You're gonna get more nervous. Those tournament nerves are gonna come onto you. Now you got to play on stream. Now you have hundreds, if not thousands, of people watching you. Yeah, it gets to you, and it's like, calm down, take a deep breath.
Yep.
Calm down, take a deep breath. Like as I said, completely a different environment when you're at an event like a CEO versus like a convention. Completely different environment because your adrenaline goes up, and then when you win, now and if you win, now it just goes up even higher. Just like yeah,
Oh man,
let's go. You
I can't
popping
forget my
off.
loss.
What's up?
I can't forget my loss in Street Fighter because one of my coworkers called me my watch,
Mhm.
and I almost cussed him out. I'm like, "What did you call me on my vacation for?" Then he broke down. I'm like, "Oh, just do this." Hung up. I'm like, "All right, back to going what I was doing." Then I went back to being locked in because I was watching the Ken player that I was playing. He's like, "I can take him out." I took him out in less than a minute. And my buddy Ryan's just watching me. He's like, I didn't even have time to record. I'm like, yeah, that happens. Speaking of which, he's coming with us. I'm excited.
Nice,
My best friend of 12 years.
nice.
Yeah, I know. Since we went to two different high schools, I don't know if I explained a story ever about him. Yeah, pretty much the long story is like I've known him since I was in high school, but we were in two different teams, and then we joined a national team together for wrestling. We got into gaming like Xbox 360 days, talked to each other in voice chats, went over to each other's houses because we were just like 30 minutes away. But then, like, after he graduated, went on with life, he reached out to me and then he took me as a role model for like playing fighting games and stuff. That warmed my heart because I had never had a person look up to me, even though he's older than me. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good feeling. It rose the ego because that's how he got into Strive and into Street Fighter because of me. But he plays two different characters, and he plays two different archetypes, which is insane.
Nice.
Yeah, he plays who is it? Luke in Street Fighter, and wow, I'm forgetting Strive names already.
What kind of character?
I was gonna call him Asta from Strive. Don't worry, I'm looking it up. Wow, this is gonna look so horrible. GGST Asuka. He played Asuka, so he's playing close range or brawler into a mid long range character. So I'm like, this is insane, but I respect it. He also dabbled in Tekken a lot, and his brother also got into Tekken as well. Like they've been OG like Tekken players, and he also plays Mishimas. They both play Mishimas, and it's the funniest thing. And it's heartbreaking. Like it's a heartwarming thing. It's at the same time, it's like, damn, if I could get cooked, I'm gonna look disappointed. But damn, if he saw me play it out, that's cool as hell. Still, and happy for him to come back with his brother this time because we went to a regional together, and his brother's first regional, he got DQ'd because he couldn't hear his name. That was such an awkward experience, and I hope he doesn't have to go through it again. The lesson is learned. But yeah, seeing Ryan actually become a player and get close to Master in Street Fighter and grind for Strive Celestial and like recording his matches, doing his content similar to me, it's Makes me feel alive for the fighting game community.
Oh yeah.
Him coming back is going to be a fun scene.
Oh yeah.
And then we have like a bunch of other people from Island and such,
Yeah.
which is usual. So like pretty much if you see us on CEO, we mentioned we're CEO, just look at our story so at least you have a summary. I'm actually going to post more this time because I was too locked in last year and my phone kept dying. I'm going to bring one of those portable power banks.
Gotcha. All right, so we've talked enough about our plans of CEO and of course Otakufest and whatnot.
Yeah.
So let's get into some gaming topics. We only got like a few, so all right. First one is this one, and that is Xbox puts handheld console on hold. Microsoft reportedly still plans to create a handheld Xbox device, but has put production on hold to improve performance first.
This came out today. That's
Yeah. On March 10, Jez Gordon of Windows Central claimed that an Xbox-branded handheld was scheduled to launch later in 2025. Microsoft reportedly worked with original equipment manufacturers to produce the device under the code name Keenan. The report expected the handheld system to include the Microsoft Store, PC Game Pass, and the ability to install Steam.
What?
Additionally, Microsoft is also rumored to be working on its own first-party handheld device targeting a 2027 release, alongside the 2027 console. Why? I don't know. The development reportedly has been put on hold.
Ooh, wow. Then it says Xbox console sidelined.
I'm just wondering why. Why an Xbox handheld? It's like,
Did we talk about how they give up easily?
yeah, like Microsoft usually gives up pretty easily when it comes to whenever they try to do something innovative. They usually don't stick out too long for it. And
They don't improve unless it's a Windows system.
Yeah, unless it's exactly. If it's as you just said, as you just called it.
Unless
So
it's a
I don't know
Windows system.
why they're trying to go into the handheld market, because they see that okay, you have Nintendo in there, you also have the Steam in there, you have Asus in there. Like, partner up with Asus and then just have your software into their hardware and then just call it a day.
Literally.
Because I see people do that to where they mod it to where they have Windows operating in their Asus ROGs, and then they can just play like Steam games or whatnot.
Literally.
Sometimes it's not very well optimized, but
It's doable.
Exactly, it's doable. And
What on earth are they doing?
yeah, it just, I don't know what the hell Microsoft is trying to do. Like, and then of course, alongside a 2027 console, like,
You want a handheld and a regular console at the same time.
Like,
Why?
you already moving games, like some of your best IPs, to the PlayStation platform. So it's like, what's the point of even making a console? Like, why? Just why? Just doesn't make any sense to me.
They're gonna give up in less than a year or two.
Yeah,
most likely
I don't
first year.
I don't see Microsoft supporting something like this for a very long period of time. Because if something like this, if they were cooking up something like this, then they should have done that before they even released the Xbox Series X and S. But instead, they already did. And yeah, it's not performing well against the competition. And hell, they're not even competing anymore against PlayStation. So it's just like, what's even a point? You've already waved a flag against the competitor. Like, GG's, you're done. Just focus on just, selling software at this point, which is the one thing Microsoft is somewhat good at, is just selling software. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. I don't see any like potential outcome or future with this.
Yeah.
Like a positive one. It's just an Xbox fanboy saying, "Hey, I got the new console. Check this out." And then they're like, "Why is there a red ring of death on this?"
I don't think we've had those in a while.
You know how funny that would be if they just put it back on?
Oh, yeah, it'd be hilarious.
That would be so fucked up. We haven't had this in a while.
It'd be hilarious. Next topic. Black Panther game, and this is a part of the EA woes. Black Panther game canceled by EA. Cliffhanger Studio shut down.
Damn, really? That
EA
fast?
I know. EA has canceled the Black Panther game that was in development and shut down its developer, Cliffhanger Studios. According to the IGN, Rebecca Valentine, EA Entertainment President Laura Mayo sent a memo to the company staff announcing the cancellation of the game and closure of the studio.
Oh, you got the article or?
Oh yeah, let me send it to you.
Okay, I'm on IGN.com.
Well, it's this one's from Insider Gaming, so
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me go to a real.
let me.
Don't worry, I'll look it up.
No, I'm gonna send it to you now. Check your Twitter DMs.
Be it. Yep, got it.
And I'm gonna send you the second one. I'll just talk about those two.
Cancelled. Rebecca Valentine. The answer.
So yeah,
I can continue reading if anything.
nah, I'll take care of this one. I'm just gonna read a little bit to just summarize this point and then just move on.
Yeah.
These decisions are hard, Meal wrote in the memo per IGN. They affect people we've worked with, learned from, and shared real moments with. We're doing everything we can to support them, including finding opportunities within EA, where we've had success helping people land in new roles. Meal also said that the decision was made to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. IGN adds that EA declined to reveal how many people were being let go as a result of the studio closure and game cancellation. Valentine says that the layoffs are less than the 300 cuts from April, but couldn't confirm how much less. It was also said that the staff on both its mobile and central teams were being let go. EA is attempting to place affected employees elsewhere in the company, but would say how many it can move. EA's Black Panther game was first confirmed back in 2023. That said, details on the game had always been kept under wraps with no official gameplay ever being shown. All that it had been really known was that it was going to be a third person single player game. Black Panther was a part of the 3-game deal between EA and Marvel that included an in development Iron Man game along with an unannounced title. So,
But also in the bottom it says Marvel has yet to comment on the game's cancellation. Let's not forget that. That's crazy.
well,
EA is just known for just the simple games. They're sending people to other games. It's just insane. To put creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities is insane.
yeah. I think they realize that this game may flop. It may not attract the people. I'm guessing because of how the game industry is moving and how gamers are, that whatever that they had planned in 2023, it may not work if they were to release the game, sometime later this year.
Yeah.
It would, somewhat fail. They wouldn't make their monies back. They would have to think about promoting it, marketing it to the people in hopes that it would, they would, at least get a lot of pre-orders and then, of course, a lot of game sales. And it was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just cancel it because I don't think this is going to. I think it's gonna It's gonna backfire on them, and then they're gonna be in a whole negative for it. So and that's gonna result even more layoffs.
Yeah, EA isn't really good with this type of stuff.
So I think EA right now is just trying to restructure and rebrand its entire brand, their entire business, so to a point where it's like, okay, we need to gain the gamers' trust back. We need their trust in buying our stuff, and I think their biggest focus in doing that is going to be Battlefield.
Yep.
Which I've been playing in the Battlefield labs. As I said, I cannot speak on it. I cannot because I'm under NDA. But any news that Battlefield does put out from their bulletin, from their recent lab sessions and whatnot, I would say take it with a grain of salt. But if you see me quote retweeting it and it's in a positive, manner, then it's just like it's legit. Because there are some things that all I can say is there are improvements. From the last lab session that I played, there are improvements.
That's good.
And it's pre-alpha. So there are improvements. So I think they want to get this game done right, where it works day one, no problems, no issues, good single player, good multiplayer, and they just slowly try to win back the gamers because over the years they've just whoever's been in charge, they've just been doing a very terrible job
Honestly,
trying to nickel and dime gamers for every little thing possible.
real talk. EA, the best thing I give its personality, Apex Legends. I give it. Besides Titanfall originally,
They
Month.
should have gave us Titanfall 3, but they never.
I know they just stuck to Apex Legends. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2,
Yeah.
which is still active to this day.
Yeah.
That is their whole personality as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Battlefield and then Ghost Recon.
Well, Ghost Recon is Ubisoft.
Oh, never mind. Thank you for correcting me.
Nah, you're good.
But pretty much, they don't really have much personality. Then with Marvel, the only games keeping them intact is Rivals and then any Spider-Man game. That's it. There's no personality in Marvel's gaming at all. That's what kind of sucks.
Yeah, they're just pretty much going with safe bets, and if they were to try to do something new and creative, they're taking a risk because
Like Wolverine.
yeah, but that's coming from Naughty Dog, not Naughty Dog, Insomniac.
Yeah.
The people behind Insomniac is
I got you. I can look it up real quick.
no, I think Insomniac is the people behind Ratchet and Clank, and I also think Spider-Man as well, Resistance, the
Yeah.
Wolverine game. Yeah.
But pretty much there's no like safe space to make like, hey, here's a new innovation. It's just going to be like another Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
That's where Marvel...
Which is fine.
I know. It's just like, it gets boring after the 5th Spider-Man in like 10 years.
I would say the last, Marvel Spider-Man 2. It's a great Spider-Man game because it does it very well. Even the first one,
Yeah.
I was blown away to the point where I was
Oh.
like, I have to platinum this game because it was everything done right in a Spider-Man game.
Yeah,
I
do
loved
agree.
and I loved and enjoyed every minute of it. Like the replay value is very high in that game. But
There's so many other characters you could use.
I agree. Yes.
It's just
But
like,
it's just the implementation and the execution to do so in a video game format is very hard. I would say, give us I'm drawing a blank, an Incredible Hulk game, like
okay,
back in the PS2 days.
Yes. They had Ghost Rider, which was just another hack and slash, like a parody of Devil May Cry, but don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
That's why it's very hard to do Marvel games with certain Marvel characters because it's like
Oh, Marvel difficult. Don't get me started on DC. Because they only have Batman and a few Superman games, like Superman 64.
no one talks about Super.
I know, I listened to the last podcast, don't you worry.
But you are correct in like Batman is like their safest bet because it's the safest it's the safest game game route to go with. Other DC characters or even Marvel characters, they're having the same problems. Like, how can we make a game with this character and it doesn't suck?
That's
That's the difficult part.
It's like Wolverine, they had so much potential, but they're like, nah, we can't do this because the leaks are good. You got this.
But speaking of EA and last topic,
EA in our wallets.
last article. Let me show y'all. EA Entertainment focusing on fewer franchises moving forward. So I'm guessing that's the reason why they had to cancel that Black Panther game because now it's just we're just gonna focus on just a fewer franchises just going forward. EA Entertainment is changing its gaming focus moving forward as a part of the decision to cancel the Black Panther game that was in development and shut down Cliffhanger Studios. EA is also pivoting to put its attention more towards specific franchises. EA president Laura Meal said that the company is going to focus more on a small handful of franchises. Per the report, Meal specifically says that Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends will be the key games moving forward. So, no Titanfall. Of course, they still do Madden. Madden is literally just copy and paste. Whatever. That said, there's still a heavy support for games like Iron Man, which is in development at Motive, and the upcoming Star Wars Jedi title from Respawn, which I would say the one with the bounty hunter, that one sucked, but the other one with the single player guy, I keep forgetting it. It's not Star Wars Outlaws. It's the other one.
Last Jedi.
I think so. Where there was two of them.
Oh, wait. Star Wars games.
It's a single player one. It's not Outlaws. Where you had like a male protagonist.
Yeah, I thought it was The Last Jedi or what's the most recent one? Jedi Survivor?
Yes, that one. Yeah, like that one did well. And it was very well received.
Oh, yeah, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Fallen Order and then Jedi Survivor were both like nearly 5 stars in most websites.
Yeah. That said, there's still heavy support for games like Iron Man and Jedi's Star Wars Jedi title from Respawn. BioWare is also set to continue working on the next Mass Effect game.
The next Mass Effect game is crazy.
They're still going with Mass Effect, but we'll see because
It's like Dragon Age.
yeah, literally.
They're not going to learn their lesson ever again.
They've botched the Mass Effect Andromeda ass.
How butchered do you think the next Mass Effect is going to be?
We'll have to see because I'm not confident with this BioWare.
Because they fucked up Dragon Age. What makes you think they're going to perfect Mass Effect?
Because the original team is gone, so gamers don't have faith.
No.
They just don't have faith in them.
And hearing the discontinuing of Black Panther is going to tick off some people.
Oh, yeah.
Again. Sigh.
It is what it is. But honestly, EA's got its problems, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of time for them to bounce back. I think with the upcoming Battlefield game, that's where they're going to try to begin to start regaining players' trust. I think that's gonna be the first game to really work on getting gamers' trust and getting people to have faith in what they're bringing and whatnot. Because as I said, Jedi
Fallen
Order and Survivor were really good games, very well received. So there is a little bit of hope, but it's gonna take a while. Apex Legends, most of the people that originally played it from the very beginning, they're no longer there anymore. They pretty much given up on the game after so many seasonal changes. I given up on Apex Legends.
Yeah.
So
I love how they fired a character designer after he was just released the first day. That's still insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, EA has no remorse, and I feel like they're either going to get worse or slightly more neutral. But Battlefield should do it justice.
Yeah. So with that said, I think we're going to go ahead and put a bow on this episode and wrap things up.
Ooh, much better.
Wrap things up, y'all. Hey, I appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. We do have a confirmed episode for Sunday, so you guys will get the announcement on our IG story on Saturday for our upcoming guests, so stay tuned for that. And after that, it's going to be a while until our next podcast episode to where,
we'll have like a normal Thursday discussion.
I think our Thursday episode may do a little bit special. Maybe invite some people and be like, hey, let's talk about
let's talk about what happened at camp.
Something like that. But it's good. This is gonna be the last Thursday.
I know we're gonna miss you guys, or I don't know if you're gonna miss us, but the feeling isn't mutual. We love you guys.
Don't worry. As I said before, we got y'all covered for Sunday. So we got that cooking. And then after that, it's just, hey, we got events for the next 2 weeks coming up. Week after week, we got some bangers. So definitely be on the lookout on our socials for the content we're going to post up and whatnot. And yeah, man, it's going to be a good one. And I can't wait. Luigi, any closing thoughts?
Usually I don't think for half these things, but definitely glad I could let out how I feel about Strive. Looking forward to Otakufest, CEO, and looking forward to the future. Always good to see people improving, driving off a community. Rest in peace to Black Panther, because that was actually a single-player game I was looking forward to play, because that trailer was a banger.
Oh no, you're talking about a different one.
Captain America, right? There was never.
No, that one's still coming out.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But Rift to Black Panther, that was actually a game I would have looked forward to playing anyways. But looking forward to seeing how EA actually tries to improve. I don't know if Mass Effect is going to be a disaster or it's going to be another make it or break it scenario.
Yeah.
But other than that, glad to still be gaming. I'm probably going to start like playing more games. Chat, send me some DMs on what you want me to play, and I'll actually give you a healthy review like a normal person. Besides playing Balatro and One Piece. And that's pretty much it.
Alright. As for me, you already know. I'm training up for CEO, and after that, I will start my journey on playing my other games. I'll probably most likely stream them. You know, not from start to finish, but you know, whenever I have like time to stream, sit down, stream, play, you know, play some of my games, do a playthrough of some of the games that I play or whatnot. You know, get some clips here and there, some content. I'm most likely gonna do that, but yeah, it's gonna be the next 2 weeks are gonna be hella busy. We got one more, as I said, we got one more episode, a guest episode coming up this Sunday. So definitely, you know, stay tuned for that one. And other than that, hey, this has been episode 133 of the Software Gamers Podcast. Yo, we're signing out. We'll see you guys Sunday.
Peace.